1946, head of the New York Mafia, Lucky Luciano, was deported from the United States. He had never become a U.S. citizen and had his sentence commuted on condition that he'd leave and never come back as an unwanted alien. When he left, he was asked by a reporter if there's any regrets. And he answered like this: I do it legal. I learned too late that you need just as good as a brain to make a crooked million as an honest million. These days, you apply for a license to steal from the public. If I had my time again, I'd make sure to get the license first. Very cynical statement that he thinks it's the same to make a crooked million as a honest million. Just you need to get the license before you steal from the public. Lucky Luciano is an example of a person who never really became American, who never really became what America stands for. There was a lot of Italian immigration at that time. Many famous Americans, many amazing Americans have come from Italy and many places in Europe. But there were many that brought their corrupt, backward culture with them. And the Italian mafia is an example of that. And it is not easy to make a crooked million as it is to make an honest million. Because Mr. Luciano, stealing is not the same as getting someone to part with their money willingly. The American dream is that you come here and you bring value to this country. You say, look, these American ideals, America's the greatest country in the world, not because they will give me something, but because I can contribute. And it is an environment that is absolutely as free as possible to allow me to be able to be successful. And all I'm limited by is my imagination and my gumption. And people that have wanted to come here and embody those values have become true Americans. Why do I say that? So there's a lot of talk now about these scams that have come out from huge swaths of Somali immigrants in Minnesota. Billions stolen in these like laughably corrupt scams, like just laughably, like not like things like where like they're cutting the books or they're adding a few or they're coating or they're adding on to some things, but like full blown like never existed type scams. And when you hear these scams, it reminds you of the type of stuff you hear in third world countries. You know, I came from South Africa. The government would routinely, people would just like steal all the copper needed for like power lines and phone lines, and just steal it, and then it just wouldn't happen. And that's what you get. And you know, we have to realize that America is not a place. Culture of America exists because of the people that live here. And the culture of countries like Somalia and Sicily and places like that exists because of people that live there. And people that want to come here and say, look, I reject those backward cultures. I reject those cultures where things where fights were sorted out by gangs and gang affiliation. I reject the culture of silence. I want to live in a country of laws. I want to live in a country of where people don't feel like they have to pay kickbacks to get anything done. Then come to America. Then be a good American. And I think a lot of this has to do with welfare. I would ban welfare for all non-Americans. But I would also ban anyone that received welfare within the last 5 years to become an American citizen. I just think welfare is incompatible with becoming an American. I think the American dream, if you're here to become an American, then you've come to contribute. You haven't come to take. And if you come to take, then that's not the American dream. That is not, we're a nation of immigrants. Sure, we're a nation of, to the extent that's true, we're a nation of pioneers. This is a nation of country of people that are like, hey, I want to come build something here. I want to bring something here. I want to work in the freest country in the world because that's the dream. And what you're seeing with this immigration is the opposite. People hating this country. I saw those anti-ICE protests in the summer. And people are waving Mexican flags. What is that? Are you making their argument for them? If your argument against ICE could only be, hey, I'm real American. Yeah, I didn't come here legally, but I really want to be here and I love this country. You'd be waving American flags, but waving Mexican flags in an anti-ICE protest? What kind of a crazy thing is that? If you don't want to be here, then leave. If you want Sharia law and if you want to bring your backward customs of honor killings, so then leave. Then go back to the other country. Why did you have to come here? if you want to come here and be an American and be free and live in a free country and live in a country of laws and law and order, then fine. So yes, I don't agree with the approach of say of what Matt Walsh is saying, that no, we should not allow any third world immigration. I don't believe that. I think there's amazing Americans have come from all over the world, but I think you have to want to become an American, and I think we need real tests of what are people bringing, what are people contributing before they become Americans. All right, guys, and so yes, and so there are great American stories, and there are bad American stories, and Lucky Luciano is a bad story. Lucky Luciano was a crook and a thief and bad for America, and it was good that he was deported. And anyone else today that fits that bill should be thrown out too, because America was built on freedom, and we should not import people that don't believe in freedom, but want to come here and steal and take. So to sum up, anybody can become an American, but not everybody does. That'll do it for today, guys.